Hello everybody, Stefan Joubert here, and I'm speaking to you today about keeping your end goal in mind. A lot of time during your musical journey, you will get distracted and actually get busy with a lot of things and forget about the very reason why you started to learn how to play the guitar. Now, if you're like me, or you're like someone who has a lot of vision, then you would have a big end goal in mind. A lot of times, one gets disturbed through the normal vicissitudes of life, and that is exactly why every now and again we must remind ourselves what the end goal is, because the end goal for you is the very reason that you are playing the guitar. Now that goal may change over time and you may make that goal bigger. I always recommend having big and bold goals, but the point is, if you keep thinking about your end goal, you will have and get the courage to go through the difficult stages when there are difficult stages to go through. So in your guitar journey and you're playing, you may find at times that you reach a peak with your playing. Maybe it's got to do with your speed, with your picking technique. You may feel you reach a peak and you just can't get past that point, or that little bit of frustration. Now I've got some good news for you today, because actually you can. The biggest secret is just to persist and persist and persist and persist and persist. It is vital that you keep on keeping on and keep on going even when things may seem difficult. Now, the fuel for the fire would be the end goal. When you think about your end goal, that should motivate you to get where you want to go. Let's take an example. Let's say that your end goal is to play the guitar at a certain level where you can proficiently play semi-quavers or 16th notes at, let's say, 140, 160 beats per minute. Let's say guitar playing at the level of someone like Kirk Hammett from Metallica. That is your ultimate end goal. Now, if that's your ultimate end goal, you've got to keep on persisting and have a clear vision of where you want to go and who you want to be. Of course, I'm not saying you should imitate or become another artist. I'm just saying you must have a visual idea of where you want to go. And when you continue and you practice and you work hard every day, but you have that end goal in mind, that will give the motivation to you to continue, even when times may not always be that easy. Because I promise you, one thing that life will throw at you is sometimes obstacles, and you need to continue through the obstacles to continue to move towards your end goal. Now, we've often heard the saying that it takes 10,000 hours to become a master at something. I tend to think it could take 10,000 hours, but what is more important is that there's time behind your development. So if you would practice 10 hours a day, and you would do that for a period of 3 years, you would then have achieved almost 10,000 hours. Would you be a master of the guitar? I don't think so. Because in life we need more years and more time. So remember that you've got to give proper time, give time its effect. Because like Dini Lipati always said, Dini Lipati was the Romanian pianist who's a wonderful pianist with the most golden touch and the best sound. Time does not respect that which has been done without it. So you cannot get a great sound, a great quality, a great you without putting in the time, the effort, and the intention towards becoming great. So let me give you an example. Let's say that something takes approximately 5 years to achieve. Most people will think, oh, that's too long. I don't want to do that. I want to take a weekend course. I want to learn in a weekend how to play the guitar, or learn how to do, and you can put anything in here. But the truth is, 5 years is not really that long, because let's say you start on a 5-year journey. So you start in the beginning. In the beginning, it's frustrating. For the first 2 years, you are frustrated, but now there's only 3 years left to that journey. Another year, and then all of a sudden you realize, wow, there's only 2 years left to accomplish that. Of course, in life and in music, it's not quite as easy as knowing the exact time that it will take, so I understand that. But what I'm trying to say with this is, I'm just trying to encourage you to keep your end goal in mind. If you don't have a goal, get a goal, because the goal will motivate you. You've got to have a reason why you are doing what you're doing. You have to have a reason to stop the pleasure of watching television and go and practice guitar rather. You have to have a very strong motivating factor and reason to say, no, I'm not watching television, I'm going to do my guitar practice. Or you can have a motivating factor to say, I'm not going to eat fat foods, I'm going to eat healthy foods, or I'm going to exercise today. All of that, you need to have a motivation and a reason. You need an end goal in mind. So I want to encourage you today, get that end goal, work with your end goal, and whenever things seem a bit difficult, continue, and have the end goal in mind. Sometimes take a break, take a holiday, go to a nice, beautiful place. There's so many great places around the earth that one can visit these days. Travel is easy. We live in the most beautiful time in history. If we look at the Middle Ages, or we look at even the Renaissance, or we look even at the Baroque or classical period, they did not have the advantages that we have. We've got so much comfort and luxury at our disposal. It's just amazing. So you take a break, go to an exotic place, come back refreshed, get back on track, go towards your end goal. And remember, you are a success busy happening. I'll speak to you again shortly. Have a wonderful time.